If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
What he says is quality sports radio. Go for it, Dan.
Well, how's everybody doing in the Baltimore area today? I'm going to talk a little bit about the Baltimore Ravens first. And, of course, I think I share the sentiment with a lot of people in this area today when I say this, but I was talking with my friends this past week, and we all said we don't want football season to start. And I think a lot of people in this area will agree. This has been the honeymoon off season for this organization, and we don't want it to end. We don't want to go back to, facing the hardships of another season. And this past season, we had its ups and downs, and I didn't think we would win the Super Bowl, and we ended up doing that. Now, this upcoming season, it's kind of like that old saying, our biggest fear is not that we are not inadequate, it's that we are powerful beyond measure. And I'm really looking forward to this season a lot, but I'm also really scared. We got Elvis Dumerville coming in. We've got Lardarius Webb's going to be healthy. Of course, we've had our losses, but I'll get to that in a second, actually. Talk a little bit about that. But I'm really scared that this team's going to be so good. We're going to roll through the regular season. We're going to be like 12-4, 13-3, something like that. The most dangerous defense in football, and then something crazy is going to happen. Something bad's going to happen in the playoffs. Maybe something like that happened to Peyton Manning or this past year in Denver. Or, just maybe we lay an egg like the Patriots did in the AFC Championship. And that's, really starting to grind my gears a little bit. I'm starting to just get worried. I'm looking forward to the season because, of course, it's a great distraction. But I'm just nervous. I just feel that this team is going to be so much better than last year's team, but that doesn't necessarily mean you win the Super Bowl. And I'm legitimately worried about that. And I really do think this team has the potential to repeat. And one thing I'm not really looking forward to is the Ravens kind of being I don't know what the word for it is. I guess they're going to be favorites, They're going to be, people will be picking them now. And I think no one likes to everybody loves variety in the National Football League, so they're going to be rooting against the Ravens. We're not going to really be the underdogs anymore. And I think, Baltimore has always thrived off of having that chip on their shoulder. So that's something I'm not looking forward to as well. And another thing I want to really address is the Ravens off-season program. A lot of people, went after Ozzie Newsome, especially early on, talking about how the Ravens, they were just kind of like, we've won our championship, let's go immediately into rebuilding mode. And you know what? That's Ozzie's game plan. That is his game plan. He has a system. And I actually remember a great book I read. It was called Soccernomics. Not about, not about football. It's about football in Europe, soccer. But it was talking about a team that has always been good in European soccer, year in and year out, and they had developed a system. It was Arsenal, and I would always compare Arsenal to maybe like a New England Patriots in this league. Every year they may not win the whole thing, but they're consistent winners. And he basically had his tenets. He said, we're going to sell old players. We're going to bring in youth, keep us young. They had a system, And I think Ozzie's finally gotten around to that. We look at this franchise, 2 Super Bowls in 17 years. That's an extremely, efficient, form of winning. And every year we bring it in the AFC, and we are always, top 3 or 4 teams out there. We've got the Patriots' number. So I really want to come to Ozzie's defense. I think what he's doing as well, we got rid of guys like Vontae Leach because we didn't need him. Ray Rice, I think he's able to produce his own magic without Vontae Leach, and this offense is becoming ever more in the hands of Flacco. So we don't need to worry about Vontae Leach anymore. Bolden, he was old. Face it, he was kind of becoming a little bit of a headache too, and Bernard Pollard was a locker room adventure for John Harbaugh. I talked a lot about this with my dad, but Pollard was definitely the cut that hurt the most. I really thought he had the grit to be a Raven and all that kind of stuff, as like Bolden did, stuff like that. But Pollard, he had to go. It wasn't the prettiest exit from Baltimore. There was probably a lot of bad blood in there with him and Harbaugh and, Shoddy and Newsome and stuff like that. But Harbaugh, he wanted a new regime going into this post-Super Bowl era. he had to get guys like Pollard out of there because, Ray was going to be gone, Reed was going to be gone. So he needed his locker room to be 100% dialed in, essentially. So I'm going to come to Ozzie Newsome's defense. Nestor's giving me a little signal.
No, that signal means wrap it up. It means wrap it up. That's a wrap.
Where's the
Wrap. Well, I mean, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. You can go ahead, finish up.
Nah, go ahead. I was just.
You don't need to be distracted by me. You say your name and stuff. That's important.
I'm Dan Aburn. What else should I say?
This is WNST.
This is WNST.
And my show's called The. And this is how to contact me. This is how to find me on Twitter. And if you like what you've heard.
Okay. My Twitter handle is DirtyDan2423.
Dirty Dan? Why Dirty Dan?
It's an old high school nickname, and it's actually my WNST nickname in the morning.
Okay, I like that. That's good. I used to be Nasty Nestor.
Just hit me up on Twitter.
Now my first name just begins with an A. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get the joke, but... Well, anyway, hit me up on Twitter for everything. If you want to listen to my show in the Springs at Maryland, it's In the Crease. Last semester it was 6 to 10 on Friday nights.
So if you did 5 minutes of lacrosse, it would be great, like high end, like you really know lacrosse well.
I do.
Why didn't you do 5 minutes of lacrosse then?
Because I didn't think anybody would really want to listen to that. I think people want to hear about Baltimore sports. But if
Okay, well, if you're catering to your audience, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Unless you don't know what you're talking about. Because, like, if I was doing radio in Winnipeg and I had to go in and talk about, like, junior league hockey, I probably would be better off just talking about football or something, I mean, for me.
If you want me to do 5 minutes lacrosse, I can do 5 minutes lacrosse.
Second round.
Second
round. Good?
All right, I'll talk Maryland lacrosse then.
All right, good job, Dan.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.